Good evening, everyone. I think we're going to get started now. Thank you for coming to our Spring Athletics Award Ceremony. We had a lot of success this spring, and it's still ongoing. Really proud of all our staff, coaches, and our student athletes this spring as we head into state tournament play. I should mention we just scheduled our baseball and softball state tournament games, so you guys get to hear it first here. Our baseball team is the number 16 seed, so they will be hosting McCann Tech on Saturday at 4 p.m. here. And our softball team was the number 9 seed, and they're going to be playing Sunday at 12 p.m. versus the winner of Mohawk Trail or Edward M. Kennedy. So let's give our baseball and softball teams a big round of applause. Be sure to come out and support them this weekend if you can. So next, before we start the award ceremony, I would like to thank a few people for making tonight and this whole athletics year possible. If you could all hold off on the applause until the end, that would be great. First, I want to thank the Booster Club for all of their help and support throughout the whole school year into this spring. Without them, our athletes wouldn't have quite the experience they get, and without them, I'd need a lot more help. They make nights like this every season possible, so I'd like to give them a big shout out. Next, I want to thank, applause at the end, please. Next, I want to thank school administration, our Superintendent Haas, Principal York, Assistant Principal Doktorov, Principal Kinney, and Assistant Principal Snyder. They provide a lot of support helping these kids, get to their events, succeed in the classroom, be able to compete, and represent Maynard in the best way possible. I want to thank all the parents for helping their kids get through each season, getting them to all the games and practices, and being at all of our games and cheering them on. They provide a lot of support to their students and help us here at the Maynard Athletics Department have a great experience. Next, I want to give a big thanks to the coaches. Here in the spring, we have coaches that do multiple seasons. They really put in a lot of time and effort. They're very dedicated to their programs, always looking out for the best interest of all the student athletes and their programs, getting these kids to succeed at the highest level. And I couldn't be, more proud. I work with a great group of people here. And lastly, I want to thank all the student athletes. As we head into postseason play, and towards the end of the school year, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and they work so hard, really day in and day out, during the week, weekends at this point, practice 6-7 days a week, really working hard to master their craft and, make us all here at Maynard Public Schools proud, the whole Maynard community proud. So I'd like to give everyone I just mentioned a big round of applause for having a great athletic season. And now we can get started. I'd like to welcome Booster Club President Christine Morgan to say a few words.
Thanks. Thank you, Mike, for all your hard work, too. Thank you all for joining us. I'm here with fellow board members Alicia Gallo, our treasurer, Susan Dunton, our secretary, and Sean Burke, many of you know, as track coach and our vice president. Most people already know the Booster Club is a volunteer organization, supports all Maynard High School and Fowler Middle School student athletes with trophies, letter jackets. We also will provide annual scholarships to Maynard senior athletes. This year we have 5 scholarships again. And then we offer other funding to support individual teams with requests as they come in. Our funds are raised primarily through concessions at football, basketball, track, and softball. And we also have support from several generous trophy sponsors. We're very grateful for the volunteers we had at the Snack Shack this year. Please consider joining us in the fall. Unfortunately, we all have rising seniors, so we definitely need some help. Also, you can find information on the Maynard Facebook Boosters page, and you'll be getting emails from Mike in the fall. Speaking of volunteers, we'd like to thank those that helped in the spring and give them each a Dunkin' gift card. So we have Stacy Briggs, Diane Mendes, Becky Diamore, Corey Ann LaBounty, Nikki Carlin, Christine Carroll, and Holly Murray. Anybody in the house tonight? Okay. 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 Then we want to thank our trophy sponsors, the Burke family, the Owens family, and the Sullivan family. Now we'd like to present our letter jackets, which are earned by participating in 4 years of the same sport or 5 varsity seasons of multiple sports. So our first recipient is Sydney Antonio for cross-country, indoor track, and track. Then we have Damon Clark. I'm not sure. He's not here. Then we have Anne Duprat for field hockey, indoor track, and track. Then we have Anna Malinonik for softball. Then we have Sophia O'Brien for soccer and softball. And then we have Lazaro Schwartz for football, indoor track, and track. And now Alicia has a special announcement.
Oops. Thank you. So we want to congratulate our senior athletes, and we're excited to announce that we're starting a new tradition this year with this group of senior athletes. And we're pleased to announce that for graduation, our seniors will all have black and orange cords, acknowledging that they were an athlete during their senior year. So another one to add to around your neck. Congratulations to all our senior athletes, and we'll start with our program. Thank you.
Before Coach Sullivan gets started here, we have our first gift card raffle. This spring, the gift cards are to Erickson's, and you can claim 1 small ice cream. So our first gift card winner is in seat A6. If you're in seat A6,
Hello. It's my pleasure as the seasoned or elder coach to speak on behalf of all of our awesome spring coaches. First and foremost, we'd like to thank the Booster Club for another evening to celebrate our athletes here at Maynard High School. I always say we hope all the athletes realize how fortunate they are to have the support of these fine people, but do they know that I believe we are the last school who still gives athletic jackets. All of the schools have to pay for them. They provide trophies, equipment, and scholarships. So really, Boosters, thank you so much. As well, we'd like to thank Athletic Director Aria and the administration for supporting athletics in Maynard. Congratulations to all spring coaches and their teams on their successful seasons. By the way, there were 10 of our kids at the state meet yesterday, and there will be 11 middle schoolers at the middle school states on this coming Saturday. So, a big thank you to the parents for their continued support with our crazy schedules of sports in the afternoon, late evening, weekends, in the heat, in the snow, in the rainy meets and games. For me, thank you to Coach Carl and Coach Brian for all that they've done throughout the season. Also, a heartfelt thank you to Coach Corey for always having my back and taking such good care of our girls. A big show of appreciation for our volunteer coaches for their dedication and enthusiasms for all things track. Coach Sean and Coach Steve. Now, for the most important part of the evening, I'd like to introduce my seniors. And you guys can stand when I introduce you. Lauren Alford. Lauren is a distance runner. 2-mile and relays are her thing. We have been fortunate to have her for 6 years, and she'll be heading off to UMass Lowell to study, UMass Amherst, to study biology. The other half of the Alfred duo is Sarah Alfred. She, too, is a distance runner. Started with the 2-mile, ran the mile, the 800, and did some relays for us. She, too, has been with us for 6 years, and she, too, is heading off to UMass to study biology. Next, we have Sydney Antonio. She has been with us for 5 years and runs a mile in a relay here and there for the team. She's a part of the amazing distance crew, and dare I say, she is also headed to UMass, but this time in Boston, and will be studying nursing, as Antonios like to do. Let's just keep that distance crew going with Natalie Champion. 2-mile, mile, 800. Whatever we need her to do, she was happy. Well, I say happy, let's say willing, to do anything that we've asked her to do. She has been with us for 3 years. I think Nico made her come out. And she will be studying biology or biological sciences at the University of Vermont. Laura Kyoto. Will be heading to Penn State to study communication. She has been solid in the long jump, the 100-meter hurdles, and the 200 for the past 3 years, and is apparently the brighter of the twins, as it took Nina Chiodo until this year to join us. Nina is an incredible sprinter, running the 200, never being beat in a dual meet in part of the 4x1 team that competed at the state divisional championship this past weekend. Nina will be heading to UMass to study marketing at the Eisenberg School of Business. Captain Ann Duprat. Has been with us for 4 years. She is the queen of the throwers. She throws the shots and is this year's league champion in the discus thrower. Ann has led our team in not only throwing, but also to be recognized by all teams in our league for the leadership in cheering and sportsmanship. Ann will be attending Emmanuel College next year to study criminology and psychology. Captain Tessa Gilligan. Tess has been with us for 4 years. Although sidelined this season due to an injury, she has been a 100-meter and 400-meter hurdler and triple jumper. We really missed watching her perform this year, but did not miss her presence as she attended every meet, and I think you missed one practice. Shame on you. Tessa will be attending Virginia Tech, majoring in exercise science. Captain Brianna Junta. She is our super sprinter, has run the 100, the 200, the 4x100 over her 4 years with us. She even tried her leg at long jump for a bit. She has worked with and mentored many young sprinters. Bree will be heading to the University of New Hampshire to study psychology and neuroscience. Allie Moriarty has spent 3 seasons with us. She was in the top 3 javelin throws at the middle school states in 2019 and has placed in first or second in every dual meet she has participated in since. Allie will be attending Bryant University to study business. Our final senior is Captain Sylvia Smith. Sylvie is a 2-miler, 800 relayer who says she has been with us for 6 years. She is someone who works hard and leads by example. She has represented Maynard in several divisional and state meets. Sylvia is headed to Clemson University next year to study finance. Ladies, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your years of commitment and the leadership you've shown the past couple of years. You've set the standard of Maynard runners through cross-country, indoor, and outdoor track. You will truly be missed. I would like to acknowledge another distinctive group. Girls, please come up when I call your names. And where are my girls with your certificates? Come on. We're going to show them how quick we are. Alice Blunt, Karis Cahill, Victoria Caldwell, Arabella Caldwell, Chase Chasen, Audrey Curtin, Jojo Dunlop, Emmy Dupras, Charlotte Edwards, Audrey Flukes, Samantha Ford, Catherine Kavanaugh, Megan Kelly, Sophia Labonte, Ellie Larkin, Maggie Mursky? I know, I'm more bad with that. Natalie Narcita, Sarah Schwind, Adelaide Scott, Audrey Scopoletti, Ida Solomon-Rohr, Sabrina Sims, Ruth Alicia Thomas. These are our middle schoolers. They're very valued members of the track team and have made us very proud. As I said earlier, 11 of these young ladies have qualified for the middle school state meet this Saturday. Some of them, our 7th graders, will be on the first ever middle school track team next year. They are the future faces of Maynard High School track. We're so excited to see what the future holds for each of them. Thank you for joining us. But stay. Lastly, I'm pleased to present the remaining incredible members of the team. Are we ready, girls? Caitlin Ardilla, May Orion, Annalie Villieu, Elizabeth Breen, Isabel Breen, Isabella Burke, Tacey Carter, Allison Sharon, Mara Grono, Shannon Kelly, Maddie Morgan, Giovanna Pinto, Katie Trush, Maeve Bartlett, Brenna Bernard, Rachel Briggs, Rowan Casanas, Maren Sedeno, Agatha Costa, Harper Demore, Emily Dos Santos, Lily Dupras, Isabel Friedman, Lily McCrimmon, Reagan Murray, and Clara Scarpoletti. I think I got them all. While we have everybody up, and I don't know, Mike, do you have the, where's Mike? The All-Star? Scholastic? Somebody took them away. Well, I will announce, and we'll get it to you, somebody took them away. Our academic or Scholar Athlete Award this year goes to Lauren Elford. He's looking for him, Lauren. Are they in one of those boxes? Ah, there we go, Lauren. All stars for this year for all sports will be announced on the 31st, correct? So we have a few. So look forward to that. Thank you, girls. Awesome. Yeah, I'll take that. Now I'd like to welcome the boys' track team.
All right. Well, you'll see it's a very large girls team for track. Boys maybe isn't quite as large this year. We're a little more unique this year, that we're a little smaller than we've been previous years. But what I always appreciate about track is that the focus doesn't change. The focus is still on personal growth of the individual athlete. We're still looking to make sure that they create their goals and see if we can, help them get to the point where they pass the goals and complete them and move on to something new. That never changes, no matter if it's a big team, small team, and I really do appreciate that. I only have 2 seniors to talk about comparative to the girls, but they had a really big impact on the team. I had Lazaro Swartz. He joined the team last year as a junior, and I have to say I'm amazed with improvement and how he's excited. I've always preached how excited he is each day to work out, each day at meets. He's always showing that excitement, and it really extends to everyone else around him. His technique improved, running form improved, and it was great to see he became a very important member of this team the senior year, winning a lot of events in throwing and in sprinting. The other one we had is Connor, who's been with me for since cross country 6 years ago, and spring track for the last 6 years. Even when he was young, he was a fast runner and was always running with kids, 3 years older than you, 4 years older than you, Connor? You were always in that group, running with them, which is always interesting. And then they all graduated, and then you're here last, still running with the team. And I appreciate you came back out and that you're still part of the team as a captain, running that distance team for me. Lucky to have have you for all these years. And while not my athletes officially, I have to at least call out some of the girls who have also run for me for many, many seasons. Some of them have been 3-season athletes that I've gotten to know really well through cross country and indoor and outdoor. Sydney, Sarah, Lauren, Sylvia. It's been my pleasure to coach you all of these years, even though Brenda's your official head coach. I'll definitely miss you, and I look forward to seeing how you succeed in the future and keep updates and see how everything goes in the future. But thank you for allowing me to coach you all of these years. I do appreciate it. I'd like to thank the parents, as a lot of the stuff doesn't run right without the parents there getting the kids back and forth in practice and track meets. I really appreciate them, and I also want to thank the other coaches, some who have dedicated a lot of their time and success to the athletes. It couldn't be done without you. Sean, Carl, Steve, Corey, and Brenda. I love working with all of you, and I look forward to another successful year next year. All right, now we will start to give out some of the certificates. We'll start with our middle schoolers who have a very big impact on our team. Don't have a lot of them, but the way they ran a lot of, especially the 800 mile and some of the throwers, it's really great to have them on there, and they're the future of our team. So come on up when I announce your names. Adam Dallas, Jaden Devereaux, Skylar Foucher, Lucas Harrison, R.J. Hobbs, Andrew Levering, Lester Perez Segura, Benjamin Waldron, Armand, I can't say that last name, sorry, Thomas Waldron, and finally Fidel Daniel. Thank you for coming out the team this year, and things might look a little different, but I appreciate you here running with everyone and really showing what you can do. And now, you guys stay up here. Now for the high schoolers, I would like to have Matt Berman come up, Brady DeVita, Levi DeRome, Dylan Donahue, Evan Hogan, Antonio Masala. Any of them? Anyone here? Come on up. Andrew Cloutier, Nathaniel Maroy, and John Michael. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. And then we have Aiden Charby, Jordan Ixame, oh my God, Daniel Kelly, Conrad Schulter, there he comes, David Schwind, Ben Stewart, Will Cahill, Jackson Caldwell, Josh Curtin, Alex Guads, Lucas Hogan, Patrick Mara, Owen Wild, Jackson Severance, and Lazaro Swartz. Yes, I'll do that once they're finished there. We'll get in there. Takes a minute. And then lastly, I want to give up my Scholastic All-Star for this year, which is Jackson Severance. Thank you for a great year, and I can't wait to see all of you next year.
Here we go. Yeah, they're here. Certificate. Yep. Is this, okay. I'll let them sit for a second. Here we go. All right. Good evening, folks. I really didn't come prepared tonight with this. Good evening, folks. I really didn't come prepared tonight with speeches for a lot because we are in the midst of preparing for a playoff push this year. However, I would like to say a couple of words for our senior captains, Sophia O'Brien and Anna Melionik. Sophia, who is attending Syracuse University next year, studying broadcast journalist, and Anna, who is attending American University in D.C., studying psychology.
Justice and law.
And justice and law. As I said, I really didn't prepare anything because we're in the midst of preparing for our playoff push here. So that being said, we'll get right into giving the certificates out. First off, Sophia O'Brien. Anna Melionik. Noelise Rodriguez. Jillian McFarland. Nevaeh Duplessis.
Oh, my phone's dying. Oh, my phone is on.
Callie Courier. Oh, geez, I should probably slow it down, huh? Elizabeth Schmidt. Haley Carroll. Haley DeRobert. Gianna Green. Abigail Carlin. And Riley Rashi. Congratulations, ladies, on a successful season, and good luck in the playoffs. And also our Academic Achievement Award, Scholastic All-Stars Senior Captain Sophia O'Brien.
Tony, how long have you been coaching Anna and Sophia?
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said, I was not prepared. 4 years.
No, it's 4 years?
4 years.
So he's been working with these girls for 4 years. I've known them for a lot longer through Rec League. As you guys can go. He's seniors right here. Anyway, I think I just want to say, just real quick, it's been an honor.
Thanks, Steve.
Working with you guys. Sophia is never afraid to get in the dirt. Obi-Wan is her nickname. And Anna, gosh, playing with you years ago, and you always continue it. I had this nickname for you, Crash Malionic. And Kate, you'd be proud to know that she actually crashed into the fence yesterday going for a fly ball. So the tradition stays on. Anyway, we've all enjoyed coaching you guys and wish you best of luck in the next journey. So.
Hi, everyone. My name's Joe Sage. I'm the assistant middle school softball coach. Our main coach, Hannah McLaughlin, couldn't be here tonight, so she asked me to say a few words that she prepared. I'd first like to thank Mr. Aria, Tony, Jay, Joe, and everyone else who helped me out this season. The middle school softball team had a very strong season this year, and we couldn't have accomplished what we did without the incredibly talented and hardworking athletes that we had on this team. I'm so proud of the improvement that I've seen from every athlete and so grateful for everybody who made this an incredible first season for me. Thank you. And here are the players. Fernanda Castillo Gonzalez. Owe Donnelly. She's here.
No, this one's.
Oh, yeah. Emmy Garreau. Lily Harrison. Lily, yeah. Maddie Carlin. Sarah Carlin. Scarlett Leonard. Sadie Poulin. Kyrie Rando. Hopper Rashi. Layla Sullivan. Jocelyn Sage. Greta Zastowski. Thank you.
All right. What I really love about the Maynard community is that just down the street, just a little bit time ago, there was the middle school, 7th grade, 8th grade, 6th grade band and chorus concert. And a lot of those players are in the audience here today as student athletes up on the stage. Many of you have done many different things in your time here at Fowler. And it's awesome to see how many folks in Fowler and Maynard High School take on so many opportunities. And it's great to see. On our baseball team, we had 6 players playing a baseball game, and 45 minutes later, they're up there on the stage at Fowler playing their instruments. I just want to tell one quick story because it tells a little bit about the honor I had coaching this baseball team today at Fowler. And it happened today. We had a big team. We had 22 kids that came out, so we had a lot of folks that, trying to get everybody in, it's tough. We had 5th, 6th graders on the team, and they came out every day for practice. They came out, they couldn't go in road games with us, but they showed up every time we had a home game. And we're playing today, bottom of the 6th inning, we're losing 6-0, and I see the 8th graders get to the end of the bench, and they say, you know what? I want to give my at-bat up to the 6th graders. I have one more at-bat. And to me, it was a neat thing to see that they were willing to say, hey, these folks have come out here every day for us. You know what? They're going to get an at-bat. Now, maybe because the guy was pitching a one-hitter against us, they didn't want to get up there again. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to see him again. But it was an honor to coach this group. It really was. Could have won in every game, but it's an honor. And I'm going to call them up by grade. I first want to give respect out to the 6th graders. Again, they showed up every time, every day of practice, with not knowing how much if they ever get in. They got in some. Obviously, they probably wanted to get in a lot more. But kudos to them. So I'm going to call up Hugh Finnerty, John Opitz, Colin Young, Liam Noble, and Timothy Giroux. Awesome job. Thank you for coming out tonight. Awesome job for being here. Gonna call up a nice group of 7th graders. We had 7 7th graders. I'll call them up now, starting with Sarah Trush and Max Hochmuth. We also had Nick Began, Colin Bento, Evan Gross, nice, Calvin Houlihan, and Holden Peters. It's like a band concert in here. You got Evan Gross is coming up with these folks on. And finally, we have a really strong, awesome group of 8th graders. Again, their leadership, just seeing them at practice, giving game balls, really encouraging everybody out there. It was an honor. High school, you're getting a good group coming up to you, and it was fun having some of these folks for 6 years. So I'm going to call the 8th graders up. Starting with Austin Wild, Miles Demore, Dan Carroll, Hunter Fumicello, Jacoby Lorne, Connor Noble, Leah Rivers Wright, Nicholas Tertakias, Ethan Talkoff, and finally Andrew Stewart. Your middle school baseball team. Thank you very much, Fowler. Awesome job, guys. Thank you very much. Think about it. Thank you, guys.
Settle down. All right, good evening, everyone. I don't often speak into a microphone, so I think you guys can hear me. My name is Mike Marshall. I was a graduate of Maynard High in 2012. I'm standing in here for our coach, Jim Stewart, varsity coach, who couldn't be here tonight. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Gavin Mancini come up here and help me out. Gavin is a senior, first year on the baseball team. Couldn't be more proud of him for sticking with us the whole year, joining us for his last opportunity to play baseball, likely, which is a big thing I say, because once... What?
Yeah, I wasn't going to play next year.
It's a big thing I say, because once you graduate high school, a lot of those opportunities go away. I think I know him enough. He's not going to take it personal. So, No, I appreciate getting to know you, Gavin. You kept our team spirits really high. You were always on the bench. You know. Well, not literally, yeah. Anyway, always keeping our spirits high when someone's head was down, telling them to pick their head up. We named you team captain for a game. All right. Anyway, Gavin, you are super lighthearted, so I'm glad that went over well. Our other senior, Damon Clark, I don't think he's here tonight, again, was on the team for 4 years. Always asking to get in the game. Obviously, everyone wants to, but took his turn. Even had a home run this year, which if you asked him about it, was probably the highlight of the entire year for him, if not the 4 years. His entire team was behind him. You know, you guys all know in the front row what that moment was like, so it was special. So I just wanted to recognize Gavin and Damon. Yeah. Just a quick note on the season. We started off hot. I think we started off 3-0, then took a turn, lost a couple games. And that's kind of how our season went, up and down. Had some hiccups, just like most seasons do, but we're in the state final. Like Mike said, we play Saturday at 4 p.m. We get a home game, which is huge. We don't have to drive out to North Adams. And if we win that, I think we play the 1 seed in our division. So looking forward to that. And now I'll just recognize the rest of our players here. I'll start with Liam Lawton. Lance Buckholtz. Will Buckholtz. Max Cedeno. Michael Coleman. Alex DeRobert. Tommy Lawton. Max Mandler. Cole McManus. Alex Mendez. Pass him down the line. Giuseppe Molinario. Will Malloy. Eddie O'Rourke. Michael Waring. And that wraps it up. Tommy. Thank you for the laughs.
Thanks, Coach Mike. I think next year we got to make this a roast because that was a lot of fun. So before we get into the team awards, we have another gift card to hand out. So the winner of this Erickson's gift card is in seat B2. Seat B2. And to start the team awards, we're going to go with Most Improved Middle School Boys Track.
All right, so for middle school most improved, it's kind of probably starting like a little bit of a broken record. This young athlete's been a standout runner for me in his very short running career so far. I've watched him become a raw talent in cross country and now already showing maturity and his ability. He was a great varsity level miler for the team and got his mile time down to a 5:27 while in 7th grade. He'll be an important part of distance running team not only next year, but for the next 5 years. and he'll be competing at the middle school state meet this Saturday. This year's middle school coach, this middle school and most improved goes to Andrew Levering. All right, for the boys' high school most improved, this season we've actually had a lot of improvements from a lot of different athletes. But this athlete probably hasn't, all season long, he's been knocking down new PRs all the way from since cross country to indoor and to outdoor track. He started the season with an 11:10 2-mile and reduced it down to a 10:45, qualifying for the state championship. He also took his mile time down from a 5:21 and got underneath the 5-minute mile down to a 4:55, placed in second place in the mile and second place in the 2-mile at the league championship. Most improved goes to Conrad Schulter. And I knew he was the furthest away, so I wanted to give that award, so we had to run extra far to get up here. Lucky you're a distance runner, so you can handle it. Next up is softball.
So, for our most improved player in middle school softball was awarded to Kyrie Rando. I don't know if Kyrie's here or not. Oh, I don't think so. Well, a little story on Kyrie. Kyrie's the most improved, is going to be a player who came into the season knowing nothing about softball. She quickly started picking up with the help of her teammates and has just shown tremendous growth since starting in March. She always has a great attitude and is always the first to cheer on her teammates no matter what. This year's Most Improved Award is going to Kyrie Rando. Thank you, Kyrie.
I always wanted to do that. All right, here is a most improved player. Choosing the most improved player can be a bit tricky. I mean, half our team was in 8th grade last year or a freshman, and they've all stepped up and filled some pretty big shoes this year. While all of them have improved, this year's winner truly exemplifies dedication to growth. Many of you know her as being exceptional at second base. This season, we challenged her and asked her to play outfield. Right field was relatively new territory, but with her range, speed, and knack for tracking the ball, Cal was out there snagging fly balls like jumping for a rebound in the paint, literally jumping up and getting them out of the air as if somebody was fighting her for it. But her true brilliance really shines at the plate with an almost non-existent strikeout rate. I mean, no strikeouts caught swinging. She's just an amazing contact hitter. She can connect with almost anything. I think it was at the Gardner game that she literally golfed a pitch off the dirt and into the outfield. Leading the team with 27 hits and a .398 batting average and 21 runs scored, still counting because her season's still going on. Her contributions are undeniable, but what cemented her as most improved is that Cal has surged tremendously in the last 7 games. She's batting close to .500, scoring nearly 20% of her team's runs in the last 7 games, and that's against some of the best pitching that we've seen this season. My personal observation is she has a quiet confidence when she comes up to the plate, no matter the situation, no matter the pitcher, no matter what happened during the last at bat. Almost like she knows in her bones that she's going to beat the opponent. I mean, this is her improvement this year was actually, she had an outstanding year last year, and we got her from the baseball team. You're not getting her back, Mike. Anyway, let's not forget adding base sliding to her bag of tricks this year. And Cal, the next challenge I have for you, if you choose to accept it, is when you were out there calling for a fly ball to actually be louder than Nolan, your brother. Anyway, Cal, your dedication to improvement, your versatility, and your offensive dominance are an inspiration. You're invaluable to a member of this team and well-deserved of most improved player. Thank you. No, we didn't. What's that? I said I'll back up this throw.
All right. Most improved for middle school baseball is someone who's just, he shows up every single day. Can't say enough about him. I do know in 7th grade, he did make a hard effort to try to steal a trophy on his own, but he earned one today. He's come so many different ways, and out of 10 games we played this year, he pitched in 8 of them. Anytime you asked him to do something, he would do it. He wanted to do it. He wanted to do more. He wanted to do more. He'd say, hey, bet, I'll do it, all the time. Right? Is that what they say now? So, most improved, been an honor coaching him this year and last year. Hunter Fumartello, come on down. Thank you.
I just want to quickly recognize Travis. He's done an incredible job at the middle school, has a huge group of 8th graders that are coming up to the high school. We have not had a JV team in quite some time. We're not quite sure what it looks like next year, but that's step one. So thank you, Travis, for what you do. All right, now for the varsity baseball most improved player. This was an award voted on by our players. Last year was a tough year for him. Didn't get on the field much, didn't say too much about it. Worked all through the summer before that. His freshman year, pitched quite a bit for us and was eye-opening. He's not a 6'6" lefty. You'll see as he comes up here, but he finished the year 5-1 with a sub-3 ERA, with a 1.2 WHIP, which is walks and hits per innings pitched. And in terms of stats, that's super important. That means guys are not on base. And what I tell all of our pitchers is it's a lot harder to get 3 hits in a row than it is to walk 3 guys in a row. So force them to beat you. Our most improved player is Will Buckles.
Okay. So the girls' track middle school most improved is presented to a young lady who is literally seen but not heard. She lets her feet and her speed do the talking for her, and we were blown away when we saw her name consistently at the top of her races. She has qualified for both the 100 and the 200 at the state meet this Saturday, and we are so happy to have her. Our middle school most improved goes to Ida Solomon-Roll.
I was just sitting there reflecting when I was listening to the other coaches talk, and when I told you earlier that I was the eldest, when I was sitting here thinking there are now 3 coaches up here that I had as students. So Corey and Mikey, Marsh, and Hannah were all my students, so I am the old one. Our high school most improved, had 19 different people receiving votes for it. And this is amazing to me, as it shows that all of the athletes recognize each other's progress throughout the season. This young lady has placed no lower than second in both her events in all dual meets. She was in the top 8 in the bigger meets. She participated in league, class, South Shore, and divisionals. She has shown tremendous improvement throughout the season. I'm so proud of her efforts and looking forward to seeing her progress in the future seasons. The unsung hero for this season is our resident spear checker, Giovanna Pinto, which I don't believe is here. Right? Not here? Nope, she's not here.
The Unsung Hero Award for middle school softball is going to a girl who has been super consistent throughout the whole season. She constantly has great at-bats and puts the ball into play when it really counts. She also locked down third base defensively and had one of the best fielding percentages on the team. She's a quiet player, but really knows how to make an impact and change the game with one swing of the bat. This year's Unsung Hero is going to Sadie Poulin. And I don't believe Sadie's here, so.
Okay. Well, I guess that means me, huh? Okay. Thank you. All right, here we go again. This year we have a special award. Well, this year we have a special award tonight to recognize a player who might not always get the spotlight, but whose contributions have been invaluable this year to our team. This year's Unsung Hero goes to someone with immense potential. Abby Carlin joined our varsity team last year as a quiet 8th grader. This year she returned a whole 1.5 feet taller and brimming with confidence. Throughout the season we threw a lot at Abby. We asked her to play various positions both on and off the field, depending on the team's needs. Back in April, we had several players go out with injuries, and we asked Abby to switch between outfield and first base positions she was entirely comfortable with. But that's exactly what makes Abby the ultimate team player. She didn't complain, she simply did what was best for her team. She was always cheering on her teammates, even when she wasn't in the game herself. And let's not forget her impressive performance despite fewer at-bats than many of our other players. Abby racked up 8 RBIs this season, 5th on the team, including the game-winning hit against Tohoto on our home opener here. Talk about a great start to the season. Abby, your willingness to adapt, your positive attitude, and your dedication to your team are truly inspiring. You're a phenomenal teammate and player, and well-deserving of our Unsung Hero Award. Congratulations, Abby Carlin.
All right. There's a lot of folks who could come across as unsung for a team. They do all the small things. They show up every single day. I think that's something that sometimes we take for granted. But the person who's getting unsung for middle school baseball, just a scrapper. There every day, diving for all kinds of balls, whether it's practice, whether it's shagging flies, always moving around. We had a couple players who had to be called up to varsity for various reasons, and he was able to ably fill in to an important position on the field. Played shortstop for 2 games. So I'm going to give the Unsung Hero Award to Calvin Houlihan. I'll accept it on his behalf.
Tommy. All right, for the Varsity Baseball Unsung Hero Award, this player has been with us for 3 years, really never leaves the field. We didn't name captains to start the year, but this young man stepped right into the role, held his team accountable, brought the energy every game, every practice. Sometimes had to, quiet him down a little bit. But let's see. I lost my train of thought. But our unsung hero is Liam Lawton. I don't think he can be here tonight.
So the girls' track middle school unsung hero is given to an athlete who is totally committed to the team and the sport. This year's unsung hero is someone who has taken on a tough race from the start of the season. She runs not only the 400, but does it twice with the relay team. She scored over 40 points for our varsity team as a 7th grader and then again as an 8th grader. She is a true track athlete and will be competing in the state meet this weekend. We cannot wait to see all she will accomplish here, and it is great to see that our teammates recognized her efforts. Our middle school unsung hero again for the 2024 season is Arabella Codwell.
The unsung hero is another one that we had so many people receive votes for, 22 in fact. That goes to show that we have many athletes who are working hard to improve their performances for themselves and to benefit the team. This person is not in it for the recognition or the applause. This young lady has been with us for 4 years. She is a true supporter of the sport and her teammates. She has worked through some challenges, but always comes through with a smile and a commitment to her team. It is with great pride that I present this year's unsung hero to Brianna Junta.
For our middle school unsung hero, this athlete has been working hard all season, and I'm just getting to know him now. He has stepped up into the 800 meter for the team, where he raced really well. He will be competing also in the middle school state championship this weekend in the 800 and the 800 meter relay. His positive attitude will keep him an important part of the future of this track team. This year's unsung hero goes to Jaden Devereaux. And for the high school, this athlete really has stepped up and jumped into events that the team has needed. He's covered the high jump for the team, but he's also was our top javelin thrower. Along with that, he would run the mile and scoring for us. He did the 2 mile once, although he didn't want to do it, but he did it anyway, which I appreciate. This year's unsung hero goes to David Schwind. All 2 miles next year. All 2 miles. Every single race.
All right. Before I announce the Coaches Award for Fowler, I would just like to give recognition to Ethan Talikoff, Dan Carroll, and Connor Noble, the 3 captains for our Fowler baseball team. I will say 2 things that you always want to hear at the end of a game or at the end of a road trip, and that is when the umpire and the bus driver single you out and come talk to you and say, "You got a great group of kids." That's what you want when you get off a bus, for them to say, "You got a great group of kids." And that starts with the leadership of those 8th graders. And I can't thank them enough for that, because it happened every bus trip. Every bus driver and every umpire said the same thing. You are a good group, and I was honored to be able to coach you again. Coach's Award for this year is going to go to somebody who just exemplifies what you want in leadership, doing everything that you want for your team, push team first, and that's going to be Connor Noble. Thank you, Connor Noble.
All right. The Coach's Award for the varsity baseball team. I don't think this man needs any introduction. I think I did it enough. Gavin Mancini. I know you're headed off to Roger Williams, and whatever first group project you have, I know that your classmates that you work with would look up to you as a leader. So, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, so the Middle School Coaches Award is given to an athlete who is someone we believe to be a future track star. She comes to practice every day, sets her mind to getting better, being the best she can be. She received votes in both the middle school awards. She is part of the Crazy Distance crew, where she runs the mile and excels in the 800. This year's Coaches Award is presented with great pleasure to Alice Blunt.
So the Coaches Award is chosen through a discussion between the coaches. This is the only award that the team, for the girls anyways, does not vote for. We bounce off ideas of people that we think have improved or been more dedicated or seem to work harder. Maybe been constant on the track, helping where they're needed. We were tossing around a couple ideas and literally came to a final decision last night. With the exclusion of one coach, we talked about how hard she works, how helpful she is on and off the track, not to mention she is undefeated in the dual meets that she has run in or competed in, and is our resident photographer, and she helps coach people in hurdles, and she works harder than probably most any other athlete that's on the track. This year's Coaches Award is presented to Isabella Burke.
I can remember when I first met this athlete as the Middle School Coaches Award, and there's a group of kids who have never really run before, kind of get to know them, and then within a few weeks, you could see the talent come out and how fast they're really going to be. He showed this ability quickly, also running an 800. He scored in multiple meets for us in the dual meets and qualified for the Middle School State Championship also this weekend. He did a great job, and this year's Coaches Award goes to R.J. Hobbs from middle school. And for the high school coaches award, this athlete always brings fun to the meets, even when he goes to meets that he didn't qualify for, so he could support his team. He would do the long jump, triple jump, 100 meter, 200 meter, and was an important part of our 4x100 team. I look forward to coaching him next year for his senior year. This year's Coaches Award goes to Patrick Mara.
Okay. The Middle School Softball Coaches Award is going to a player who always shows up ready to play and lead her team. She was our starting pitcher this season and racked up over 100 strikeouts on the season in just 10 games, while also being one of our most consistent hitters. She's been a great player to coach, and I know she's going to do great things when she moves up to the high school. This year's Coaches Award goes to Maddie Carlin. Thanks, Tom.
She's also called up to varsity for playoffs. We'll let them know.
All right.
Let them know that she's being called up to varsity for playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Coach Tony wanted me to just also mention that for the playoffs, Maddie Carlin's being called up to join her team. So, how many Carlins are there out there? Okay, that's it? All right. Yeah, so the next is this Coaches Award for the varsity softball team. I mean, Coaches Award's not just about statistics, but about recognizing a player who's that invaluable X factor. A player goes above and beyond for the team and helps improve the play of everyone around them. The stats are certainly there. This player led the team with 23 runs scored so far. Again, season's still going on. Second in RBIs with 13 and leads the team in stolen bases with 14. She's an absolute menace on the base path, reading defenses and creating chaos for the opposition. You know, this season we welcomed 5 amazing freshmen to the team. I just heard that we have 6. Really? Okay, all right. 6 is the official number. As coaches, we challenge them to be confident, compete at their best, and know in their hearts that they can go toe-to-toe with any team in this league. Riley was the first one to step to the line and say, bring it on. There are 3 types of softball players. You know, there's those who like it, those who love it, and those who live it. Riley embodies the latter. She's one of the hardest working players on the field, diving for balls in practice and matching Obi with the no reason dives and slides, just for the hell of it to bring home dirty grass-stained softball pants, I guess. Anyway, but her dedication extends off the field. When she's not working on her own skills, she's helping run clinics for younger players. And if you drive by the Rashi house during the NCAA softball tournament over the next couple weeks, you'll probably hear her yelling at the TV, cheering for Alabama, because she religiously watches college softball. But what's the most valuable contribution this year? I think, you know, we had an odd dynamic with 6 freshmen, and I think what Riley really helped do was bridge the gap between our freshman group and the veteran upperclassmen. We often see Riley in the circle talking to the team, lifting them up or sharing some wisdom she's picked up from reading blogs or following Instagram posts from college players. She leads by example and always has something to add to the team in huddles to help everyone around her be better. Riley, your passion, work ethic, and commitment to this team are truly inspiring. Congratulations on your Coaches Award.
Before we get into the MVPs, first I want to congratulate all of our award winners so far. Thanks for all the hard work, and you all truly deserve these awards. But for the final favorite part of everyone's night, we have our final Erickson's gift card. The winner is in seat C20. C20.
The MVP Fields Award is given to one of our athletes who has excelled or worked hard to improve in the field events: high jump, long jump, triple jump, javelin, shot put, or discus. It's always easy to know how everyone is doing or has done during a meet. I provide the athletes with a meet sheet for our teammates to look at, and we do the best of papers that are posted after each meet so that they can look at the accomplishments of each other. Not only is she a league champion and practically undefeated in dual meets in both her events, but has been such a great mentor to our younger throwers. I also credit her for the fact that our team received the League Sportsmanship Award at every track meet I've been to, whether it's a dual meet, a state meet, a divisional meet. A parent always seeks me out and says, wow, your girls are great. They're always cheering. They're cheering for their own team. They're cheering for other teams. They're loud, and they are loud. And they'll be screaming and yelling at every throw. We're so proud to present the MVP Fields again this year to Ann Dupras. Ann, can you bring up your pillow? This was a senior gift to Ann from the throwers.
So for my MVP Fields, it was hard to, I might have mentioned it earlier, but it's found it hard an athlete that was more excited to perform every single day in every single race. He could even hunt me down in the school to ask me some more questions about that practice or what's going on for the next meet. And he really helped out because he stepped in an area where we're a little light when it came to our throwing with the shot put and the discus. He scored in most of our meets, dual meets, and he also scored in the league meet. I have known him for a long time and glad he could be part of his team for his senior year. This year's Fields MVP goes to Lazaro Schwartz.
All right. As you know, choosing an MVP is always a tough decision. Softball is a team sport, and each of you played a crucial role in our success this season. Tonight, we're here to recognize one player who consistently put our team first and went above and beyond. Last year, at this awards banquet, I made a decision, probably one of my best decisions as a coach, by choosing this person as a co-captain. She's proven herself to be a leader on and off the field, leading the team with 19 RBIs and already breaking the school's record with 103 strikeouts this season, and still going. She's hit a milestone in strikeouts this year for hitting her 200th and is on the verge of hitting 300 as well. There's more to the story. Many of you might not be aware that Joe played through a very painful ankle injury all of last season. Pitching, hitting, running, everything hurt. Still, she was one of our top players, 2023, and last year was voted first team All-Star by the Midwalk coaches. She underwent surgery back in September and couldn't throw a ball or swing a bat until this past late February. This year's MVP award isn't just about statistic, it's about heart. I knew Jill had the heart of a warrior and would fight back, but I couldn't predict how quickly. Early in the season, regaining her full form was slow, and I know it was frustrating for her. She's not one who cares about personal statistics. Her true motivation is seeing her team win, and she takes losses very personally. This season, Maynard faced some incredible competition. Half of our wins were by a margin of 3 or less runs. Where Jill truly shined was during very hard-fought wins against top-ranked teams that we have struggled with in the past. I'm thinking about the games against Clinton, Tohoto, and West Boylston. In those 3 victories, she surrendered only 2 earned runs and held opponents to a mere 8 hits. The biggest win was a 12-strikeout, 1-hitter that she threw just last week against top 5-ranked West Boylston. Jill McFarland, your dedication, perseverance, and leadership are truly inspiring. You're a phenomenal player, a fantastic teammate, and a true MVP. I'm going to miss you being your coach next year. Congratulations. Tony starts crying.
All right. I didn't write out a speech for this one, or any of them, but I'm going to start with a story or two about this player. So one day we're going out to the field and we're looking for some screens we had last year. And I think Mark Courier, Nolan's dad, found them in the woods. Come to find out, these screens are used probably every night of the week, on the weekends, to play wiffle ball with a couple other players. And they hide them out there so that they can use them conveniently, right? So number one, this kid loves baseball. Number two, I heard from a parent who lives nearby that all he could hear every day was ting, 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 just in the backyard. I don't know if he's throwing up acorns and hitting them, baseballs, hitting into a net, something. But I think that's where the hand-eye coordination comes from. So a couple stats. Will Malloy is batting .508 with 33 hits in 70 plate appearances. So I'm a math guy, but if you have 33 hits in 70 plate appearances with only 1 walk, you're quite literally getting a base hit every other time you go to the plate, which is quite impressive. He leads the team with 33 hits, 5 doubles, 17 RBI, 23 runs, almost every offensive category. Unfortunately, only got 9 innings on the mound this year, but had a 3 ERA, which is always respectable. We would love to see you pitch more. Fortunately for us, we're pretty deep, but I want to welcome Will Malloy up here. I can say that Will has some quiet confidence, but he's quite hard on himself, so I don't want you to be embarrassed. I want you to continue hitting those acorns and practicing. You guys can continue to play wiffle ball. It's totally fine.
Thank you. All right, for our varsity MVP, this athlete is a true leader on the boys' team. He covered 4 events for the team and performed well in all of them. And I want to show a good example of what this looked like. At our league championship, he did the long jump first, got 5th place, got a PR. And then he moved over to the triple jump, placed third with a PR. And then he went over to the 110 hurdles after that, placed third with a third PR of the day. And then he only allowed one more event in one of these things, and he did one more. He did the 400-meter hurdles, where he placed first place, became league champion, you guessed it, with another PR. So that type of performance is something that's truly memorable, and this year's MVP is Alex Guads.
Alex, he failed to mention that you were fourth in the state. That was important, too. The MVP overall award goes to that athlete the team feels that they could not do without. This young lady is one that works hard at practice and beyond to be the best that she can possibly be. In my years of coaching, there are very few that I can recall that push themselves and work as hard as she does. She has run the 2-mile, the mile, the 800, relays. Oh, and she pretends to throw the javelin. She's been with us since 7th grade and has always been a force on the track. We'll miss her and her family as they move on from the Maynard High School. I, along with Coach Brian and Coach Steve, can't express enough how proud we have her. The MVP overall for 2024, again, this year, is presented to Sylvia Smith. Our voted captains for the 2025 season will be Isabella Burke and Madison Morgan.
Let's give a bigger round of applause to all the coaches presenting here tonight. Let's also give another round of applause to all the award winners. Thank you again for all your hard work this year and continued hard work as we finish out the spring season. I'd like to mention one last time, we got baseball and softball this weekend here at Maynard High School, so don't miss it. Thanks. One more second. Sit. Thank you. I want to congratulate all of the athletes, and I want to wish all the graduating athletes best of luck moving forward, and hope you all have a great summer heading into your freshman year of college. Thanks to the Booster Club for helping put this on tonight, and a big shout out to WAVM for all the help tonight and all of the help this year. Thank you all for coming.